Hi, I've just finished Endling by Maria Reva, longlisted for the Booker. And out of the ones I've read so far, I think this could be the novel to take the prize. I mean, I've only read about half of them so far, but I think this one might be a very strong contender. Because it's got layers in it, and it's very relevant for today. Eva, or anglicised Eve, or Eve. She's a scientist in the Ukraine studying snails, specifically endlings. That's the title, Endling. And endlings are the last of the species. So she is trying to preserve these endlings, these various endlings, and she's converted her trailer into like a mobile lab so she can sort of take these endlings and keep them. One in particular, her favourite, is called Lefty, and because his snail shell spirals in the wrong way, I did read it in this, and it's something to do with the fact that the spiral on his shell is a left rather than a right. That's something to do, I'm not quite sure anyway, but I'm not a scientist, but it's something to do with why he's now an endling, and he's the very last one. To help her run her lab, she needs money to keep this lab going. She signs up to a mail-order agency in the Ukraine, and it's a sort of like a bachelors from all over the world pay money and come on this sort of romance tour to meet brides. So she joins this to make money. She's got no intention of getting married. She makes money. She wants to make money. And at one of these events, she meets Nastia and Solomaya, and they've joined this romance group, the agency, because they want to find their mother. Their mother is an activist in the protest group protesting against these marriage agencies, and the girls hope that by joining the agency, their rebellion against their mother will sort of bring her back again, so. And so, because they want to get her mother's notice, they say they're going to, their plot is to kidnap the bachelors. You also meet Pasha, who is one of the bachelors. He's a man who grew up in Canada and has returned to the Ukraine, a country he no longer knows and recognises. And he's a nice man. The story is set in 2022, just before the Russian invasion. So that's the sort of timeline that we are in. And that's just part of it, because Maria Reva, she puts herself into the narrative as well. And she discusses writing a novel about marriage agencies during a war. So you've got sort of, as I said, you've got sort of different layers there. She's talking about writing a novel about what she's writing the novel about, if you see what I mean. And the war rumbles on, and the kidnap takes a strange turn. I mean, that's all I'm going to tell you. It's an interesting idea, because Yeva, anglicised Eve, she is the mother of mankind, and she's now trying to save a species, Lefty and the other snails. But the irony is that she's asexual, so she's got no intention of ever having a child herself to carry on her species. Do you see where I'm coming from with this? You also see the effect of war on the Ukraine and the propaganda as the Russian tanks forge onwards and the mobile lab crosses the country. At the end, you question about, who survives. Or is the book about the fact that we are all endlings? It's a very interesting read, and it takes you to places that you don't expect, and especially when Maria Reva keeps popping into the narrative, discussing novels and writing novels, but yeah. So this is the one that I think could be a very strong contender. I've just given it the kiss of death because everything I say is going to be on shortlists and whatever never appears. So we'll see. So, Endling by Maria Reva. Happy reading. Take care.